Film 3, The Future. Planning what I do next. So many cars, so little time. When I'm at Goodwood, I get asked to do the strangest cars. Granada Fastback, that was a good one. Don't know those are on the road, but the member of the Owners Club was very impressed that I might have considered doing one of those for 5 seconds. But there you go, I get people coming and ask all sorts of weird and wonderful things. At the top, or near the top of the list, and it's been on my list for a while, is not necessarily the car, but more of the driver, which is Ken Miles. Now, I went and saw the film like everybody else did, and actually I thought it's a lot better than I was expecting it to be. And Ken, I thought, was portrayed really well. And we all know, we're talking about Le Mans, Ford versus Ferrari. And you sort of Speed Freak fans know once upon a time, I did this little chap. There he is, the Cobra. One of a series of 4. I did 4 different racing cars in this, and actually it's one of my favourites because I know it's tuned to death, but it was nice. I quite enjoyed doing that, and I've always been pestered, and I've always been thinking, Cobra, which one should I do? Well, Ken is part of the story which I've probably got more excited about than the car, because if I see another drawing or painting of the famous, is it number 38, 39, whatever it is, everyone as an artist goes, I'm going to do a Cobra, I'm going to do the Shelby Cobra, the one that won all the races, the famous one that Ken Miles drove, which is fine, everyone to their own, but I'm not not wanting to do it if I can get away from it. So he was a Brit, and he had the British Drivers Club badge on his doors, which I thought, that's interesting. So possibly, this is a possibility. Yes, you've seen it, it's a Union Jack. That is a direction that I'm thinking about going in to do the sculpture. It's going to be big, same scale and size as all the current stuff. It's not going to be a small Speed Freak. So Speed Freak fans, don't get excited, it's not going to happen. It's going to be big, and it will be Ken Miles in a Cobra. Now, which one? I need help. I need help from you guys, because there's a lot more people out there that know all the stories about Ken Miles much better than I do. I'm aware of all the nicknames, Sidewinder, because he talked out the side of his mouth, and Teabag, whatever his name was. Anyway, all the nicknames. I'm after something a little bit more unique as a story, if I can include that into the sculpture. So help. Anyone out there that knows everything about Ken, and there must be a few of you, anything you think is unique, please pass those stories on to me. And if anything hits the bell and gets me excited, then I may well include the story somehow into the sculpture, as I've done obviously with the exploding tyre and all the other stuff that I do. If I can get a graphic in there, or a part of time into a sculpture, I will try and do it to make them unique. I'm doing it again with my hands, stop it. So that is one. The McLaren, the Can-Am McLaren is on the list, but I keep getting asked, and it's a bit of a slab of cheese, the famous one, the Denny Human, Bruce McLaren version. I might do an early one, but again, I'm looking for stories. But at the moment, it's number 3 on the list. Number 2 on the list, if I can find it, is this little chap, which I'm sure instantly you'll understand and know and recognise. And we all know that is Mr. Stewart in number 5, the famous number 5. There's a great story. If you read all his autobiographies and whatever, there's a fantastic story about when he was racing at the ring, probably his most famous drive, when he had a puncture at the beginning of the race and he had to come in for a pit stop. When he went out, he was so far behind, everyone in his pit crew at least thought, well, that's the end of that. And when he was going around on the early laps, he was being shown joke pit boards, which included timings from other drivers, which was, for instance, Stewart -20 Fangio, +10 Ascari. Now, they were pulling his leg something chronic, and I'm sure he may have thought it was funny at the time. I doubt it, but there you go. I suspect it had been kind of annoying. But it's a classic sort of story that they were pulling his leg, and needless to say, he came second or third in that race, and won enough points then to become world champion. So the joke was on the pit crew. But it's a lovely little story, and this isn't how it's going to finally be, because I don't like how this is portrayed. Incidentally, Mr. Stewart is, if you can see back there, number 35, the Cortina at Alton Park with John Whitmore. That's a new Cortina one I've just done, red cars with gold roofs and the gold stripes. Lotus fans, be quick, that's not going to be around for very much longer. And sorry for the distraction, because I'm talking about the future, not the present, but there you go. Anyway, so that is number 3 on the list, or number 2 as far as the sort of progression. Which one I do first depends on the stories I get. They will all, or some will be done, or one will be done, who knows, during the autumn, winter months. So they'll be released Christmas, next year, spring, Goodwood, who knows, in the future. So that's it. That's kind of my end of the third and final little film that I've done, to try and let you guys sort of catch up with what I'm getting up to. Stay tuned, go and see my Facebook page, on my website. Everything should, fingers crossed, get changed and moved and updated as time progresses, so you can catch up with things as I go. And again, I will announce eventually which one of these I'm going to do first. You'll see me sculpting. I'm going terrible with these words at the moment. I will be creating a Cobra or a Tyrrell in the not too distant future. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch up again soon. Thank you. Bye.